Hi there, I'm Matt Vanacoro from Ask.Audio, and today I'm going to talk about the Korg Grandstage stage piano. Now, the concept of the stage piano is a really interesting and intriguing product that really has been developing a lot in the last decade or so. I'm thinking of keyboards that are akin to like the Nord Stage, things like that. And of course, I'm talking about the idea of a high quality instrument that really focuses on what the gigging keyboardist needs. So while yes, a lot of these workstations are packed with thousands and thousands and thousands of presets, a lot of times as a gigging keyboardist, you want those meat and potato sounds, the piano, the Fender Rhodes, the Wurlitzer, some organs, things like that. And that's what the Grandstage really excels at. Now, the Grandstage has a lot of sounds from the flagship synth, the Kronos. So a lot of those sound engines are present in the Grandstage. And one of the things I was surprised a lot about the Grandstage is that, yes, even though it has a small LCD screen, a lot of the programming depth is still there. They packed it in there. So it's got this one knob or one button per function kind of paradigm where if you want to split the keyboard, there's a split button and it just splits it. If you want to add a second sound, you just turn the second sound on and it's there. There's a button to physically do it with a knob that selects, what kind of sound. But deep below the surface, each of these keyboards, each of these instruments has curated sounds that are the most important ones for a keyboardist. And with that, they've also made the patches with curated effects that are the most common effects that you're going to need. So when I tapped on the Whirly, one of the first things I did, I just tapped one of the software buttons and, it's like switch one, it automatically turned on a phaser. And then the second button, turned on a chorus effect, that kind of thing. With a clav, one of them turned on an auto-wah effect. So really, it's those common things that you'll need that are pre-programmed in. I can't say enough about how fast you can design sounds and get to playing with this keyboard. It's unbelievably fast, and they didn't sacrifice anything on the sonic end of things. So it really is, it's a whole new sort of character in itself. And the concept of the stage piano is one that the Grandstage pulls off really well. When you're comparing it with other keyboards in the price class, it's far less expensive than some of the boutique stage pianos, but yet it doesn't sacrifice sound quality. And it doesn't sacrifice those little things that make the Kronos great. So there really are a lot of engine-oriented things buried under the surface. I like the XLR outs on the back. I think that's a nice touch. I know there's a couple of keyboards doing that now, but one of the things that the Grandstage does really well is it throws you a ground lift out. So you can use those 1/4-inch outs, the XLR outs, you can ground lift. It really is no need for a direct box if you're using this keyboard, and it just takes one more element out of the mix for what you need to get up and running. So again, as a gigging keyboard, as a keyboard that you want to get there, have amazing piano sounds, amazing keyboard-based sounds, and the best of the other sounds. So yeah, there are string patches. You can layer your keyboard with strings. You can layer it with horns. You can split it with horns, things like that. It's just that instead of thousands, there'll be, a couple of dozen of each category, but it's likely going to be the best one of each. I was a lot more impressed by the Grandstage than I thought it would be. I really thought it was going to be just, here's the top 10 sounds of every category from the Kronos, but it definitely wasn't that. They really rethought the concept of the stage piano and why we would want one and how to make your life easier if you need one. So I can't recommend the Grandstage enough. It's a really fantastic keyboard. I definitely think that it is product class revolutionary. It's really revolutionizing that whole class of product. I think other products are going to follow in its footsteps a little bit. They really swung for the fences. They kind of pointed where they wanted to go, and they knocked it out of the park on this one. So really great job to Korg on the Grandstage. I highly recommend you getting your hands on one and checking it out. So I'll throw a couple of sound examples in coming up next.